potatoes. What was today? It's like the 25th of year sitting in New Paltz, having some coffee at night, enjoying the laughter of the community. Spent the night last night here in old Daisy. Played an open mic last night, which was really fun. So the last 2 weeks I've been doing a lot of modifications to the bus. It started out pretty much empty. Basically, Pat's life was in the bus. And so we had to move all that out and try to get rid of most of it. As far as actual planning out the structure and stuff like that, kind of just wung it. Like, so I've just made probably like I don't even know, tons of trips to freaking Lowe's. My parents have all the tools that you can ever imagine for house building, whatever. And for like the first bulk purchase of all of the gear, I just kind of Googled like bunk beds and kind of just counted how many 2x4s I thought that they would have used to make their bunk beds. After kind of writing down those numbers and formulating a general plan, that's kind of how I pieced it together. I guess it was a little bit more tricky too after like trying to get measurements for the bus too, for the floors, because I had to build like the actual frame structure of the bench, my bed, all that stuff, and had to bolt that down to the floor first before I did the actual flooring. So when I was cutting out the foam insulation and the plywood, I had to cut out and measure all of these little like where the feet of the bunk is. It doesn't help that the bus is not actually square at all, so it kind of bends in a little bit. So granted, these are all things that I found out through lots of measuring and cutting and re-measuring and recutting and taking boards back and forth from my house and in and out. Insulating the bus is going to be a little bit tricky because we're not really 100% sure how we're going to do it, because we don't want to get rid of too much space on the inside of the bus. So we need to figure out a very space efficient means of insulating. And then the other issue is that the walls of the bus are practically all glass. So we have to make certain decisions like which windows are we going to make permanently a wall. We're probably going to go with some sort of either spray-on insulation or try to make the windows double pane windows, or go back to like the half-inch or inch insulation for the walls and possibly the ceiling. We're going to put in a pellet stove. That form of heat's incredibly clean. It burns really, really clean. What'll be really nice is once we get solar in the bus, we'll be able to plug in the fan for the pellet stove and the auger that slowly feeds the pellets right from the solar rig that we're going to have. Today's video shout-out goes to Cafeteria. It was a sweet venue, and the entire community that we saw there last night was just absolutely phenomenal. The music community here, and just in general the community here, everybody's friendly. Shout out to freaking New Paltz, like that's where it's at. Cafeteria, thank you for having us, and hopefully see you next week.